Three. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Tony, what's happening,
Hey
man?
Dave, not much, man. Just getting our buzz on in sobriety.
How you feeling today?
You know, it's a great day. Every day's a great day. When you wake up and you're alive, you're not breathing through a straw. It's a good day.
Yeah, that's for true. That's for sure.
You know, it's funny how I was thinking on the way over about step one and powerlessness and how you have to let go of who you are to embrace what you are.
Yeah,
You come in thinking you're this, you're the worst person ever, you've got this, nobody understands my problems. And then you have to say, well, I have to let go of that. And then only once you let go can you really understand what you are.
well, and how do you get to the point of wanting to let go? Because I mean, I still remember talking to my first sponsor. I go, look, Rick, I go, I think I still want to be a wine steward. And he's like, you know what, you maybe need to think about changing your career. Because I really did not see the horizon, you know?
Right.
I mean, you know, I got kids right now in fourth grade, and I see the homework assignments laid out. I don't know what it all means, right?
Right.
How does that feel for sobriety when you first got in here?
It's overwhelming.
And you're looking at step one, and you're like, "What? This just you
See,
know?"
that's why I think you don't always work the steps in order.
Yeah,
You know, you become powerless. You come in thinking you're all powerful, that I can control everything. I got a plan. I'm gonna work my plan. My plan is great. I just made this mistake. Next time
right.
it'll be different.
Well, I had one bad night.
Right.
That's all I was. That my last drunk. I just needed to leave that situation.
If I
That's
didn't
all
have
it
that
is.
last shot of tequila, I wouldn't have gotten that DUI.
Yeah,
I
and
know what I was thinking.
That's why I love when they say, "Oh, it ruined my drinking." Are you sure about that, honey?
Yeah.
I think you just finally heard your own voice,
Right.
and somebody you spoke to repeated back what you said to them.
Exactly. I think that's so true. And I think, like most of us, when you come in here, you just want refuge, even for a short period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was just going to rest up and reload. I didn't think I was going to stay here.
Yeah,
And I don't think anybody comes in and goes, okay, I'm just going to stay here. I don't know what this is, but I'm staying. Because we're all from Missouri. Show me, don't tell me.
yeah,
And we're all selfish and self-centered. And, hey, what's the best thing for me? And I didn't think AA was the best thing for me. I just thought it was a resting stop.
yeah.
And somewhere along the line, I realized hey, it's not too bad.
What was the first moment, or can you remember, was like the first inkling that this is real stuff? Like, this is not just a therapy group. It's not just, you know, I'm being told to come here on the courts and all that jazz.
The first time I got really thought this was serious was a guy who stood up named Stan. He had an eye patch on. And he was talking. And so after the meeting, I have no filter. Dude, what happened to your eye? Well, I used to be here at Cooper, this five-star resort, but I went out and I was on the street. And a guy came up and said, you're in my spot. And as I lifted my head off the street, he kicked me in the eye and kicked out my eye. He goes, but I'm back now and I'm sober.
Oof.
And I thought to myself, this is life and death. People are getting jacked up and you just don't know when your time comes if you keep putting yourself in a bad position. Now, I grew up with a bunch of gangsters. The first thing they tell you, there's no old gangsters. That's for the young, right? And as you get older, you're like, that could be me.
Yeah.
That's when I thought, okay, I better pay attention because somebody's telling me something here.
You know, it's funny. You say that. I think about it from myself. I remember there was a guy, Lee, in the meeting that I was going to in Irvine, and I was there, I don't know, maybe a couple months, and Lee took a 2-year chip, and he was an older-ish guy, but you know, probably mid 50s, and I took a 2-year chip, and the next week he came back and said it was dirty. I've been drinking, I've been smoking pot, and on and on and on. Next thing I heard, Lee hung himself in Palm Springs. And I'd be going, what is going on here? I mean, Lee was...
Happy-go-lucky. Was he happy-go-lucky?
He was.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he wasn't. And it happened so quickly. I kept thinking it was like he was assassinated. And I don't know, I'm 26 years old, you know, again, just driving my purple bike with no license. And, you know, it's so funny. I always feel like these steps, we're just sitting around the campfire of them.
Right.
And we absorb them. We absorb them when we communicate to each other, when we're listening, even a tiny bit. It doesn't even have to be a lot. But if I slow down and I slowly read the word, Dr. Bob's nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare. He writes in his part, 12 psych ward visits. For a country bumpkin boy that was just doing a simple life, 12? That don't sound fun.
No. Well, I think the thing about to thy own self be true, people hear that and they don't know what that means. Means if you're taking a chip that you shouldn't take, that's going to offset who you are.
Yeah.
If you're going to lie, it's going to offset who you are. The more you are not in tune with rigorous honesty, the harder this program is.
Yeah.
It is so much easier to raise your hand and go, yeah, I did that. That's my bad. Totally screwed up. Don't know what I was thinking. Rather than, yeah, I couldn't make it because my car hit a water buffalo on the way in, or some other BS story that we used to tell.
Yeah.
I'm so much easier to say, that's my bad.
Well, what I love about AA is you do that in your school, you do that in your family life, you're punished, right?
Right.
I mean, here in AA, I heard some stuff last night that I know you broke laws.
Right.
There was no harsh judgment. There is, all it was, hands go up and go, I did the same thing.
Right.
In a safe environment, all with that unity of recovery, unity of like, I know you, I understand
been where
that
you are.
feeling, I know those feelings, and suddenly we're healed, and that all begins with step one. And I love that first word. It's just we, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think the other big thing is if the rest of the world, in this world of hate that we have now, could get together and vent what's on their mind with other people who've shared their
Yeah.
issues. You've heard of MAD, Mother Against Drunk Driving, and you've got support groups for kids killed by other kids. And,
oh,
I think we need more of that, because that therapy of, I'm telling you something that you've felt before.
Mm-hmm.
As we say that, people who aren't in AA are afraid to go to hell, and people in AA have been to hell and don't want to go back.
Right.
I think there's a lot to be said for that commonality of purpose where you can surrender, right, and say you are powerless, but you get power from the group.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I go to a meeting, I go to a panel, I go to anything, and I am supercharged. Even
Yeah.
when we do this,
Yeah.
20 minutes on
I know,
the
it's fun.
podcast.
It's fun. Well, it's fun. And I'm recording our thoughts and feelings. And I feel it's empathy, because I have more empathy. Because forget about, talking about hate in the world, there's political challenges and all that. But it's just, if we're human beings with same feelings, and you had a path that I didn't have, as long as I understand and hear what your path is, I can understand why you believe and feel those certain ways because of XXX, rather than just attack and hurt. Now I have some empathy, and I understand you.
Right.
And you see, when I understand you, you understand me, we're both healed. And that's the part that I love. And
I think the biggest thing also that I see a difference in AA when we say we don't oppose or endorse any causes.
I know, I love it.
If the rest of the world would understand that and not try to force people into endorsing their cause,
Right,
right? I have no issue with whatever your cause is, but that doesn't mean I need to endorse it.
right.
And that's where I think we are, is people say, well, if you're not endorsing me, you're this or
Yeah,
you're
right,
that.
right. You're my enemy.
Right.
You'd be picking sides. It's great.
And the truth is,
What are you talking
we
about?
we just don't care, because I have my own life to live.
Exactly.
I can't bear
busy.
your burden.
Right.
Now, if you want to talk program and recovery, that's my wheelhouse. We can talk about that all day long. But the rest of it, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And to frankly be honest, I don't have the bandwidth to become an expert in it. I just want to stay with what I'm doing.
Well, and that's why we have a host of friends that I go to. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about this issue, I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to talk to this guy about
Somebody
this
who's
issue.
living it.
They're living that area. They have more experience in it. And I
Right.
learned that in AA.
Right. Same thing
know?
like overeating, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
working on my food, and I'm not going to somebody who's 120 pounds and 6 feet tall. I want to talk to the person that was 440 and now is 240.
Yeah, and keeping it.
How
Just
the hell did you
keeping
do
it,
that?
and keeping it.
What changes did you make?
Yeah.
Because as you know, you think when you get a little time in AA, I can do this. It doesn't mean you can do anything else but that.
No. Yeah, exactly. Well, and what's so funny, you say that, because it's like, I want to fix all these other issues.
Right.
And then A is like, no, this is it, bro.
That's so far
Well,
as
is
you
that
go,
it?
man.
Is this it? Stay sober?
This is your biggest character defect. That's as far as you go.
And that's all we need to do.
That's so true.
And it was so uncomfortable working that, and that's what step one is. And the tail end of it, your life's unmanageable. You mean I can't fix any of that right now? No,
No.
you can't, honey. You dug a 10-year grave.
It's going to take a minute to get out. So stay in the lane.
But stay in the lane. But guess what? As long as you stay here, you're not going to die.
Right.
Or kill someone.
And we can work on this other stuff.
And we can work on this other stuff. And it's going to kind of work its way through. But I want it now. I want it. And
Right.
this program,
And you can't trade one for the other. That's the thing
No.
that people don't understand. Okay, as I tell my wife, look, you got sobriety. That is my biggest character defect, because
Yeah.
you met me when I was out there and I wasn't a pretty. So
Yeah.
now Anything else is a
Well,
bonus.
she fixed you, by the way. She's a good ally. Right?
Oh yeah, she
fixed you.
fixed me. Listen, she'll take all the credit.
Woo!
I had nothing to do with it. I was along for the ride.
She did it.
Yeah, I was peeling potatoes in
God
an
bless her.
indigent recovery house. That was all her.
That's right. We love you, honey. Don't worry. If you're listening to this later.
Oh man, but people are, if you fix your biggest character defect, everything else is possible. But if you don't take care of this, nothing else matters.
I know, right?
How you can eat all the green leafy vegetables you want, and you can work out 10 days a week until you drop dead because you're doing crack or alcohol on the side.
Yeah, right.
How about we fix that I'm keeping you alive part?
Yeah.
And then we can work on I want to look better.
Well, I'm hearing too from us thinking about it. It's like, learn how to not lie, and things will get better.
Exactly true.
Step one, learn how to not lie,
Yeah.
and everything in your life will improve. You'll be able to bluntly. I saw a guy last night, and you could see him. He's holding on to the whole bags of dicks. And it's like, let it go. Let all this pain go. And I go, how many people did you talk to this week? No one. You're walking around, and as we've heard, do you like swim with the alligators? It's so true.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much more pain do we need to? Why are we sadists?
And why are you taking it?
Why?
We'll take it here. Bring it here.
I'll laugh it off. We were laughing and hugging 30 minutes when we were done. Mm-hmm. It took 30 minutes versus how quick does a drink or a drug take?
Yeah, it could take 30 seconds, right? But it could kill you.
It is quicker.
Yeah.
Or 30 minutes just in a parking lot. What's up, bud?
Depends how many beers I got and how much time. I can crawl in the trunk of my Roadrunner.
Yeah.
I think that
God.
when people get to, and they understand that my life is unmanageable, then the powerlessness they accept.
Yeah.
So you can't, for me anyway, I couldn't accept that I was powerless until I accepted that, wow, my life really is unmanageable and I need help.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I started getting help from people like you and others, and now it's just woven fabric into my life.
Isn't that great?
So there's nothing I do on any consequential basis that I'm not checking for understanding and checking for other people to go, hey, my warped out brain is thinking this, what do you think? And if I hear, oh, hell no, then I listen to oh, hell no, because I know my choices got me homeless and where I was.
Yeah.
And the choices of a group always take good care of me.
Oh, I love step one. It's so good. Well, Tony, this has been awesome. Boy, we're going to do, I don't know, an episode. And
Sure, we'll
just
get
have
through
some
the
fun
12
on
and
step
12,
one.
and then we'll
Yeah.
maybe get somebody in to share some light on some of the steps and have some
It's
fun.
fun, man. Anyway, God bless you, Tony. Have a beautiful day.
Keep
And
getting your
we'll
buzz on, baby.
See you around the campground.
You got it.
All right.
See you.
Bye.